Yeah, I mean, shark attacks just don't happen in UK waters. We've got lots of different species of sharks, but none of them are at all dangerous to swimmers or to people. So what's happening here? Well, the person involved was taking part in an ecotourism trip. They were looking for sharks. They went a long way offshore, and they attracted sharks to the boat using the smell of fish. So they pour in sort of mushed up sardines, etc., into the water, and that will attract sharks in a technique that's been used for years by shark fishermen. And then people get in the water and enjoy an encounter swimming with these amazing blue sharks. And it's a real privilege that you can do that in the UK. And many people do it every year. There's been several boats operating now for several summers, and this is the first time that anyone's been hurt. But obviously, if you go that far offshore, attract sharks in with bait, there's a slight chance this could happen. And all of the people involved would have been well aware of that, including the person who unfortunately was bitten, which must have been a horrible experience. But it wasn't that bad, and she did know what she was letting herself in for. And I mean, it's an amazing experience. I've done it myself. I've been out and seen the blue sharks. And they really are beautiful, graceful, wild animals. And all wild animals are unpredictable. And that's, I think, the main message we've got from this. And definitely this shouldn't put anybody off getting in the sea off Cornwall this summer.
I'd imagine then, if people are going out on boats and waving some smelly fish around to get these creatures to come up to them and then swimming with them, that blue sharks are quite jolly little creatures who aren't given to normally munching on people's legs.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, they're oceanic wandering sharks. They're very graceful looking, long, sleek sharks. They feed on mackerel and squid and other small fish. They're not going to usually attempt to attack a larger prey item. And in this case, it was probably an exploratory nibble, if you like, rather than an actual attack. I think labelling it an attack is actually quite misleading. And very different from, the horrendous attacks that you sometimes hear in the media from other species like the great white sharks, which are absolutely terrifying in comparison to these quite small blue sharks.
Is there any risk of some of the mean and lean bigger sharks coming over to our waters and causing havoc?
There's very little chance of it. I mean, we have quite shallow coastal waters around the UK. We don't have a deep drop-off like they have in other parts of the world. We also don't have very many prey items in comparison. There's been a lot of talk over the years that great whites could be found in our waters, and obviously there's nothing to stop a great white swimming here. However, there isn't enough to attract a great white here in terms of feeding opportunities for it to be something we would expect to see in UK waters. So, I don't think we should all be running afraid of the sea. I think we're really lucky in the UK to have incredible marine life all around our coast, not just in Cornwall, but all around the UK. And people often overlook that and don't appreciate it. But we are very, very fortunate, and we have a huge diversity of fantastic wildlife, which you can encounter very safely.